Hi friends, it's been a minute since I've been in the studio. Currently, I'm prepping for my last 2 holiday markets ever. More on that later. I'm doing one in San Francisco and one here locally in Los Angeles. Will these markets be worth it? I'll give you my honest thoughts at the very end. So let's get into it. I'm here just finishing up some last minute pieces. I'm basically just tagging and recording all the inventory. If you're curious to what I actually bring to these markets, I'll link my other vlog kind of breaking that down. But for now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my decision of stopping my handmade portion of my shop. I'm still going to be taking commission requests on a case-by-case basis. So to break it down, basically, the time and effort is not worth the income I am getting. I am not getting paid until I sell an item. And as you guys know, I love construction. These things take a lot of work and a lot of effort. And I refuse to just slap elastic on everything. I love fitted clothing. So that limits the size range I have usually. So it's really hard to kind of scale up this kind of operations. And I want to life outside of this, you know? So I'm trying to find more sustainable ways to make it work. So I'm still gonna be making handmade clothes, just not in that capacity. I'm going to be focusing more on content-based work and more digital products and growing this channel. I'm really excited to focus my efforts in growing this channel. I can't wait to do it, so stay tuned. If you're not already subscribed, please do so. It really helps support this channel. I'm just gonna finish up tagging everything, so I'll just see you on the road to San Francisco. Good morning. It is Friday. I got my car all packed and Renegade Craft lets you set up a day early. So I'm trying to hit that 2-hour window. It's about a 6.5-hour drive. It's Halloween. I got some spooky podcasts queued up. So let's get on our way. Taking a little break as I enjoy my breakfast here at the rest stop, and I've been on a super reflective mode as I'm driving up because this is most likely my last show in San Francisco. I know it's been a privilege to do these types of shows because it's definitely not cheap, you know, it's an investment. Just super thankful that I even got the chance to do markets like this, and especially in a vibrant city like San Francisco. Just trying to enjoy the moment, enjoy my last show up there, getting my energy right for this weekend. And we have a 4 or 5 more hours of driving, and then we'll be able to set up for a couple hours up there. Once I got to the venue, my game plan was to get the bulkier things set up first. Since the market doesn't provide any walls, I set up a simple backdrop and used a vintage bedsheet that was the perfect size. Then I set up my change booth. The annoying thing about it is putting together all the PVC piping. After that, I added my custom curtains I made, which also is a little annoying with all the ties. In hindsight, I should have used Velcro. Good morning. It is day 1 of Renegade Craft, and I'm here bright and early to set up the rest of my booth. I noticed I forgot a couple things, but that's okay. I'll roll with it. And I am kind of quickly regretting my outfit. It's a little chilly, but we'll roll with that too. So let's go set up the rest of my booth. I just got done setting up my booth. Let me give you a tour. The market opened at 11, and since I haven't done one of these in a while, it took me a minute to get my bearings again. It's always a slow start as people wander through the booths, but things picked up pretty quickly. I got a lot of sweet compliments on the jeans. People are always surprised they are all handmade. A bunch of people had fun trying on the cardigans too. I ended up chatting with a lot of people about how this is my last in-person market up here. Everyone was super supportive and understand that my priorities have shifted. Overall, it was such a great start to the market season. So it's a wrap for day one, and I am pretty tired, been standing all day, and towards the end of the day, I kind of ran into a little problem. It's a good problem to have, but my booth is looking a little sparse. I sold more things than expected. I don't know why I had such low expectations, but it's a good problem to have. I'm happy that people came around and supported me. Some of them were even kind of sad that it's kind of my last show, but I told them to check me out, check out my vlogs and my tutorials. But who knows, maybe I'll come out of retirement and do a market once a year or something. Never say never, but this is a good problem to have. But I'm a little stressed about when I get home. On Monday, I have plans to hang out with a friend here in Napa, and so I won't be home until Tuesday afternoon. And then I have Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday afternoon, I set up for Renegade Craft in LA, and then that weekend is the show. So I only have really 2 solid days to make stuff. Do I stress out and try to make a lot of stuff? I only have so much material at home too. We'll see. I need to think about it tonight, rest up. I'm gonna just wash up here and think about it, but it's a good problem to have. I'm just a little worried about my next show, and then we'll see. We'll think about it tonight, but I'm gonna rest up and go to bed because I have to do this all over again tomorrow. Good morning. It's my day 2. There's some swimmers swimming in the water here. It's my final day of the market. A little bittersweet. I always come back here and kind of have my quiet time before the show. I love Fort Mason Center. It's set in a beautiful area. There's Alcatraz right here. There's the Golden Gate Bridge behind me. It's a little foggy. Can't really see much at the moment, but it's a beautiful day. You could tell it's gonna clear up here. I'm just excited to hopefully finish off strong. Like I said before, never say never. You know, I might do this show again, but for now, I'm hanging up my hat at this location. Oh my gosh, there's a little sea otter or a little seal. Okay, I'm gonna go look at the animals. Oh, cute. We missed it. It's beautiful. There's like seagulls flying or birds flying south for the winter, it looks like. But I'm just enjoying my time and just killing some time before the venue opens. So I did my best to fill out my racks. I hung some things that could fill the racks out a bit and kind of rearrange my pillow. So this is my setup for day 2. Hopefully it looks okay. I had a little time to wander before the market opened and got to see all the creativity around me. There's something really special about being surrounded by other makers, people who feel the same highs and lows of creating and still show up with so much heart in their work. It always reminds me why I love this community. The day itself was a little slower, fewer buyers, more quiet browsing, but even then the conversations felt warm. I got a lot of encouragement and moments of connection that make these markets so special. Meeting the people who resonate with my pieces, that's the part I'll always cherish, and honestly I can't complain. This spot is almost always good to me. There's steady foot traffic and a real appreciation for the arts here. It's the kind of place that fills you up even on the slower days. It's a wrap for Renegade Craft San Francisco. A little bittersweet. I was able to, you know, say bye to my neighbors and just talk to people, do a lap around and see some familiar faces, and a lot of them are from LA too, so I'll be able to see them at the market scene down there. Some are actually doing the same market as I'm doing next weekend, so I'll see a couple there. But yeah, just ending on a high note here. Today wasn't as good as yesterday. Yesterday was definitely my moneymaker, but that's totally fine. I'm just gonna relax, do my day break tomorrow, hang out with my friend, and then I'll be back in the studio for Wednesday, Thursday, and I hope to bust out maybe a couple more items, maybe some pillows, who knows. We'll see what I could work with when I get home, but I'm just not gonna think about it. Just enjoy myself, hang out with my friend, come back, and then do it all over again next weekend. So I'll see you guys back in LA. As I was contemplating on my drive back down here, I was thinking of what I should make in the 2 days I have left really to make stuff for the market this coming weekend. So I thought pillows would be the quickest one. I went ahead and picked up this box of stuffing the other day when I had some time once I got to my home, and I went through my scrap bin and I found some scraps. I can't do a pair, but I was thinking of doing kind of more jumbo size. I think those will look nice. What I gauged from the last market, that a lot of people just picked up one pillow instead of the pair. I'll make a few kind of more jumbo size, accent pillow size, and then I do have a couple special blankets I've been saving. Not sure whether to do cardigans out of them. If I have the time, I would like to make those because they're kind of more special blankets. They are the flower ones, and I could charge a little bit more for these because they're kind of more special instead of just granny square. So I'll just have to see if I have time to do it, but I'll knock out the easy stuff first since I know how to do them and I just made a bunch. We'll see how the time goes, but I have 2 days, a little bit on Friday, but a couple hours I need to go set up the majority of my booth, at least drop off the really heavy things, set that up, come back. So I do have some time on Friday to do some finishing work, but I don't want to leave it to the very last minute like that. But let's see how much I can make in a couple days. It is day 1 of Renegade Craft. I'm on my way to set up my booth. Yesterday was more of a drop off and setting up the heavy things like the canopy, but today let's actually set up and decorate. So let's get on the road. I'm all set up. Let me give you a tour. My booth setup was pretty much the same as usual, but since this was an outdoor market, I had my canopy in weight cell. I also added a little basket to display my pillows, and that actually helped a lot. People noticed them so much more. The day started extremely slow. The market opened early at 10 since it gets dark so early here in Southern California this time of year, but the pace never really picked up. I've honestly never seen foot traffic this low at this market. To be fair, it was a new venue for the holiday event, and I kind of had a feeling it wouldn't perform as well as the old location. LA Historic Park, where it's been held for the last few years, is so much easier to get to and has a lot more going on around it, which really helps with extra foot traffic. A lot of vendors felt the same way, and it's hard not to feel a little bummed. We all put so much work into these markets, and when the sales aren't there, it can be really discouraging. A little bittersweet today. Today is my last day of my market season, so I had a good run. It's been a few years doing this circuit of these markets, and it's my last day. A little better today. Yesterday was a little discouraging. It was a slow day for me, but you know what? I heard something last night that you'll never have this moment in time ever again, so might as well enjoy it. So I'm gonna savor today. No matter what happens, I know that I did my best, and you just never know with circumstances what people are into or not into. It's all good, and I'm just gonna enjoy my last day of this market. I woke up feeling really grateful, and I just had a good feeling about the day. No pressure, just letting myself enjoy the moment. I'm thankful that I took a chance and put my art out there. It is vulnerable to be judged by strangers. I try not to take the comments personally, but sometimes they sting a little. I remind myself it's usually just people projecting, and over time I've learned to brush it off. But today was so much better than yesterday. People were incredibly kind. A lot of people came up to tell me they follow me and that they're excited for my next chapter. By the end of the day, I was just shy of breaking even, but I got a few pattern sales online which helped balance everything out. It felt like confirmation that focusing more on that next year is the right move. To celebrate wrapping up my market season, I treated myself to some ice cream and a heart full of gratitude. After reflecting on my last market season, here are my final thoughts. But before I give you that, I want to give you a little context of why I'm stopping in-person markets and in general just stopping my ready-made handmade goods. I will still be taking commission requests if it fits my aesthetic and overall vibe of what I do on a case-by-case basis. With that said, I'm just at a different stage of life. I really want to become a wife and a mom one day. From constant sourcing of materials on the weekends and then sewing Monday through Friday, I really just don't have a life. So in order to put myself in positions to meet people and go on dates, I really need to make the space and time to do so. I'm getting older and I'm just at that stage of life that I want to make this my top priority. Making this change will allow me to live that slower, soft life I've been craving. I'm still going to be making stuff, just not in that capacity. I'm going to concentrate more on producing content and digital products. Now for the real talk about the markets. Was it worth it? For me, the answer is yes and no. In hindsight, I should have just done the San Francisco one, but I already signed up for both of them before I decided to pivot in my business. The market up there is just different than LA. I feel like people appreciate the arts more and there's less competitive markets happening all at the same time. So you get a big influx of people. The foot traffic is really good in San Francisco. LA could be hit or miss for me. There are multiple events going on, so you're just fighting for people's attention. This location was also new for the holiday market. It's usually held at the LA Historic Park, which gets really good foot traffic. Not everyone wants to go to the west side, and for people that live in LA know that everything is super spread out here. So you really have to go out of your way to go to the Santa Monica Airport, which is where the event was held this year. Keep in mind, I'm saying this as a niche clothing company. If you have something more universal like candles or food items, I feel like you could do really good at these types of markets. I made money in SF, but I barely broke even in LA. Also, these markets add a toll on your body, and if you're doing it alone, it adds another layer of stress. But I don't want to discourage people from experiencing it for themselves. I have gotten so many compliments and a lot of follows from these events, and it's very encouraging to get the feedback face to face. And I have made profit from these markets, and if you have those universal items, I think you'll do really good at these. Thanks for coming along as I close this chapter and go into a new one. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. I'm working on my next pattern release, so you don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.